What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. This wasn't the video I had planned for today, but the Maple Leafs have made a trade and everybody is freaking out. And before you get any further, please like this video and subscribe, and also let's all calm down together, okay? Because this trade, we're gonna talk everybody through it, because I actually like it for the Maple Leafs, and I think people are gonna really hate me for saying this. I'll also start by saying this. I love me some Joseph Woll. I'm pretty sad, okay? I love me some Joseph Woll. But we have to talk our way through this. Let's check the trade out, because I think you guys are going to like what's coming the other way as well. One player in particular that we're taking a shot on. So I will say first, this is the details of the trade. Obviously, the Leafs announced that they've acquired Emil Andre and Samuel Ersson. I am familiar with him, but I'm not the biggest fan. And a third-round pick in the 2026 NHL Draft in exchange for Joseph Woll and Simon Benoit. Now, here's the thing. I love Woll and I love Benoit. I actually love both of them, to be completely honest with you. And it's going to be sad to see both of them go. But the Leafs got back a third-round pick, which is pretty cool. Picks are always great, and a defenseman in Emil Andre that I think a lot of people will like. And this is something that the reason why I'm saying this, and I'm going to show you all the stats and break it down for you guys in a second. I'm not familiar with him too much, but because usually I would just turn the camera on and be like, this trade, talk about it. I learned a little bit about him. I went on to Flyers blogs to see what people were saying on Reddit, because people go crazy on Reddit, and a lot of Flyers fans are like, why is this dude not playing all the time? Because he has upside and he looks good. And they like the way this guy moves the puck. And the problem with the Maple Leafs last year is that they could not move the puck to save their life. And another thing that I want to bring up too is that both of these guys are restricted free agents, which means right now the Maple Leafs have $27 million in cap space. When's the last time we've seen that much cap space with the Maple Leafs? They clearly are trying to open up a little bit more money, and we will get to Ersson and Andre in a second. But first, I want to talk about Joseph Woll. Now, Woll is on year 2 of 3 of that $3.66 million deal, which honestly isn't the worst. But when you look at his numbers, the last year wasn't very favorable to him. Now, the team was bad, don't get me wrong, but 39 games played, 3.34 goals against, and a .899 save percentage. Now, I will also bring up, if you look over his career, he's had some pretty damn good numbers, but he's also been injured a lot. He can't stay healthy, much like Stolarz, which we will get to that later too. We're going to talk about the goaltending situation, because I know you guys are already typing up a bunch of comments down there. But I think what a lot of Leaf fans need to understand here is that you need to give something to get something. And I think people thought the trade value for somebody like Joseph Woll was going to be a lot higher. And I think Leaf fans also thought that Stolarz was going to be the goalie that we were going to trade. But it looks like Stolarz's trade value, because of him being kind of a mystery box right now, is not very high. But the same goes for Joseph Woll as well. He's a little bit of a mystery box at the same time, because he also can't stay healthy, and that's no disrespect to him. It's just facts. Now, when it comes to the goalie that we got in return, he hasn't been very good, okay? Samuel Ersson hasn't been very good. He doesn't have a contract. His QO, his qualifying offer, is $1.6 million. So the Leafs can choose to qualify him, which I think they will. I honestly do think they will, but I don't think he's going to be one of the 2 Leaf goalies to start the year. I actually believe that he's going to be with the Marlies, and people will say, oh, he'll get claimed. I don't think the Leafs are really worried about that. The Leafs have been getting great goaltending with Akhtamov. I always say his name wrong. I'm terrible with pronouncing names, but he's taken over Hildeby's spot even with the Marlies. So I think the Leafs look at their depth as Hildeby and Akhtamov, and Stolarz. Like, those are the 3 guys currently, and Ersson would be the 4th guy in that equation. So again, I don't know if Ersson's going to get games, if he's even going to play a game for the Leafs, or maybe he won't even get a qualifying offer. But the Maple Leafs picked up him in the deal just in case they feel like going for that qualifying offer. His numbers haven't been very good, okay? The 3.12 goals against average and an 870 save percentage. Maybe the Leafs look at him as a guy that will only play 15 to 20 games because Hildeby will get more as a backup and Stolarz will take on, 30 or 40 games himself, and they get good production out of him in limited time. Or they're looking at him and saying, oh, actually, our goalie coach wants to work with him because they see something. But I personally think that the Leafs don't really have a big plan for him. I think the main piece that was coming back in this deal is Emil Andre, and we're going to look into him a little bit more. He's 24 years old, 5'9", 194, not the biggest dude. His qualifying offer is very cheap, and that's also very good because this is an upgrade on Benoit. I love Benoit, but this is clearly an upgrade on Benoit. The Leafs can't move the puck, and they don't have guys that can put up points. I think there's a little bit of untapped potential here if this guy gets in a bunch of games. 13 points in 61 games is nothing to write home about, but Flyers fans have been saying this guy moves the puck, he skates well, he's a guy that gets the puck out of the zone and gets it to your forwards. The Leafs don't have that. And this is why I'm saying the trade for Joseph Woll is like the Flyers going, okay, we need another goalie. We need a guy that we could take a shot on. Hopefully he stays healthy. Joseph Woll. The Leafs need a defenseman that's young, that can move the puck, that isn't a plug back there like most of our defensemen have been. They can't move the puck. They don't know how to play offensively. We need to take a shot on Emil Andre. So this is like two teams taking a shot on two players, hoping that it works better for them. And honestly, I hope it works good for both teams. But what I want to show you is, again, Nylander Hughes on Twitter, always coming up clutch with information here. Look at these offensive numbers. And I know people don't love percentages and looking at numbers. They just like looking at stats. But all of this stuff that's in blue when it comes to exit possession, primary assists, chance assists, like pass exits at 98%, these are excellent numbers. These are really good numbers. The Leafs need something like this right now. And what I also like seeing is somebody like this, Shutdown Line on Twitter. Corey here says, Emil Andre always played like he took half a jar of pre-workout before the game whenever the Flyers called him up. Was always super involved and followed the puck like crazy. Then he would get sent down or scratched for a month. So Flyers fans are like, why is this guy getting sent down? The Flyers have amazing numbers when he's in the lineup. Like, he made that team so much better in limited time. So I think that both sides can win here, but the Leafs also got a third round pick, which if they want to dangle that in a trade, if that's part of something else, like this might be something to start something else. You know what I mean? Like, this might not be all the Leafs are trying to do with this move. Ersson and that third could be involved in something else, in another trade potentially. We have no idea. I'm trying to keep an eye on Twitter as we go here, but I think a lot of people are overreacting to this. This trade to me can look confusing at times, but at the same time, I think it's the Flyers taking a shot at Woll, hoping he can stay healthy, and the Leafs taking a shot on Andre, hoping that this guy actually does have more potential when given a little bit more time. The Leafs can staple him with a more defensive defenseman and hope that he can kind of cover his mistakes. He's cheap. Now the Leafs have Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Andre as guys that can really move the puck. And of course you have Riley, but he's probably getting traded. And I think a lot of people are also forgetting, and bear with me, I think people are going to get angry at me for this, but you got to give Stolarz another chance. And I'm one of these guys that was like super upset about his play last year, and I know he's also very injury prone, but the Leafs have made their choice, and they're trying to go with Stolarz here, and I'm guessing the two Marlies goalies will get a lot of time here, but he's just starting this new deal at 3.75. Okay, he's 32. He's a big boy, like we know Stolarz. And I think Leaf fans have too much recency bias because these numbers, just like Joseph Woll, were not very good. Like, guys, keep in mind, Woll was not good last season. Neither was Stolarz, neither one. But when you look at Stolarz's numbers the year before. 34 games, 2.14, 926. Those are excellent numbers. Before getting kneed in the head in the playoffs, he had a 2.19 and a 901 save percentage. Are those, again, jump off the page numbers for the playoffs? No, but they're damn good. And the regular season was incredible. The year before that, in 27 games, amazing numbers. And then mixed in back and forth numbers here with limited numbers. The main seasons you want to look at is those 3 where he's played a bulk of games. And hell, even with the Ducks, the 28 games, you're seeing outliers when he actually gets to play. Last year was not good for neither goalie. The Leafs as a whole, the whole team was terrible last season. So I was willing to give Woll and Stolarz a chance this year, really, because they both deserved a second look. Woll's getting that second look in Philly. Stolarz is going to get that second look in Toronto. I think the Leafs had to choose one, and maybe Stolarz didn't have the same value. Woll has, according to the market, more value. I'm not one of these people that's sitting here saying this trade is terrible. I think both teams are taking a chance, and the Leafs got an extra pick. So the biggest part of this deal is somebody that wasn't even involved in the trade, and that's Anthony Stolarz. Because if Stolarz plays 40 games next year and gives you like a 910 to a 915 save percentage and, you know, a goals against in the twos, the low twos, then this trade, it doesn't matter. And you're hoping that, you know, Emil Andre comes in and actually provides you some offense. He gives you a little bit more. Even if it's literally just moving the puck out of the zone. The Leafs have the forwards to score goals. They got to get defensemen that gets them the puck. Matthews and Nylander asked for it. This is the first one. So we'll have to see what happens. Again, I know people are already in the comments saying that I'm an idiot and that Woll is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I love Joseph Woll. But this is the shots that you have to take. You don't just get things for free. You have to give some to get some. Both teams are taking a shot. I'm keeping a level head for this one. I am confused, don't get me wrong, but I'm keeping a level head. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you are new here, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. We got lots to talk about now because the trades are starting to happen. Peace.